Since 1974, sports betting has been legal in Vegas, but my question is, why isn't it legal in other states? Brian Tuohy's article from 2013 on Sports on Earth website, titled Why Sports Gambling Should Be Legal, he compares gambling on sports only in Nevada as like only being able to play the stock market from New York. Obviously, Wall Street is in New York, but we can place orders for stocks anywhere in America or anywhere really in the world just from our computer. Gambling up until recently was only located in Nevada, and you actually had to go to Nevada to place a sports bet. Just upon recently, states have gotten the laws where each state can vote whether or not sports betting can be legal, and but unfortunately Maryland is not one of them. I did a class survey and analyzed my audience, and most people did know gambling is not legal in every state, but they didn't know much about it. So just to get a layman's terms, sports betting is placing a wager on the outcome of any sporting event. So today I want to persuade you on the benefits of having sports gambling legalized in Maryland, and I believe that someday this might come down to a vote, maybe in our next election. Just a little bit about myself. I've studied the pros and cons associated with sports betting. My brother bets sports for a living. My uncle does as well. He's done it over the last 15 years, and he's actually publishing a book right now. It'll be a second book on sports betting that'll hit the shelves by the end of this year. So today I want to present to you why legalizing sports betting is better than the alternative. I'll explain the problems with having it illegal, and that it's a much better option to keep it legal, and just simply why it just doesn't make sense to keep sports betting illegal in Maryland only. So let's begin with the problems of having it illegal. In Gary Smith's article, Pools, Parlays, and Point Spreads, he talks about some positives to making sports betting legal. One of them being that it's acceptable among most. Most people don't see a problem with sports betting. It's legal in so many other states, and so many people do it anyway through illegal functions that it's acceptable among most. The number one reason is it generates revenue. It's a tax maker. So if people are making the bets and we're not making it legal, the government's missing out on money. Most organized crime is responsible for the illegal avenues of sports betting. So by keeping it illegal, we're kind of fueling the organized crime ring. It also hurts struggling sports. One way to increase viewers in struggling sports is to allow betting on them. That'll keep people watching these sports or keep them interested. So basically everyone does it already. People do it legal ways or illegal ways. And sports betting is a game of skill as opposed to your random games that are already legal, like slot machines, lotteries that are just completely random on chance. And betting is a big reason why people watch sports. Second, I want to get to why it just doesn't make sense compared to other things that are already legal. Other games are legal. The percentage you pay on these games is much higher than sports betting. Taken from Gary Smith's article, percentages returned for certain games. Raffles is 45%, lotteries is 45%, bingos 73%, casino games on average 79%, horse racing 83%, and sports betting is all the way at 97%. So just to put this in perspective, for every dollar that you spend on the lottery, they're only giving you 45 cents back. For every dollar you spend on sports betting, they're giving you 97 cents back. So that shows you the lottery that we don't really look at as being much of a problem to be illegal, or we should make it illegal, but sports betting is frowned upon by so many people. So now that we have briefly talked about the benefits of making sports betting legal, let's see what can happen if we did make it legal. First thing we would do is make it legal in the 6 casinos in Maryland. In Judith Heibel's article, The Impact of Legalization on Illegal Gambling Participation, she discusses that 11% of people make it a legal bet with a bookie, and nearly $500 million a year is bet illegally. This funds the organized crime ring, and the government's missing out on millions of dollars that we could be earning on these tax revenues. So now let's imagine what this state would look like with legalized sports betting. Obviously, we're losing lots of money to nearby states, with places like New Jersey and Delaware keeping it legal as it is right now. People are traveling to put the money through there, and the money that they're taxing on it is going to their schools, their roads, instead of Maryland's. It could clean up the streets a little bit. It's going to get rid of the illegal bookies and the illegal ways of earning this money. And obviously, it's going to generate tax revenue that Maryland could really use, and specifically Baltimore City could really use, the school systems and everything. And it's much better than the legal games that already exist. Much better odds and slots and everything, and all the games, lotteries, bingos, even things like that. It's much better odds. So now it's time to do some critical thinking after having more information on the topic of sports betting. Maybe in our next election, it might come down to Maryland voting on this, and this will be a topic that each one of us can vote on. So in Judith Heibel's article, The Impact of Legalization on Illegal Gambling, she quotes, and I couldn't say it better myself, so I will quote her, "The pro-legalization forces argue that legalization of a game will direct gamblers from illegal to legal channels, thereby depriving the illegal operators of revenue, which allegedly is used to finance other illegal activities of organized crime." And I can't say that better myself. It fuels organized crime over and over. So what I encourage you to do is, when this does come to a vote, which I believe that it will, vote yes for sports betting. It's much better than the alternative of fueling organized crime along the way. And I really thank you guys for your time, and have a great night.